morning. I swear a lot.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Limbus Company, welcome back to Canto 9, welcome back to the Unsevering episode 99. And bearing in mind that only videos which actually progress the plot of Limbus actually have parts attached to them, so we're actually well over 100 videos on Limbus at this time. But still, the idea that we're literally reaching part 100 is kind of nuts. It definitely makes this the longest series I've ever done. It already is. As a matter of fact, it definitely already is. Complaints? No, absolutely not. Speaking of no complaints, pretty sure we're up against Lucio and Valentina next, which is going to be fucking terrifying because we've struggled with Lucio with a full fucking team, and now we're going to be fighting both of them with like 3 characters. Because I'm pretty sure, I might be mistaken on this, I'm only going by memory, but I'm pretty sure the only characters who haven't joined the fray yet are Heathcliff, Rhodia, and Gregor. Now, Heathcliff is fine. He's fucking L4 cleanup agent. He's alright. Rhodia and Gregor, not so much. Mr. Heathcliff likes his gloom and envy skills, and as it turns out, Princess of La Mancha Land likes envy, and as it turns out, Edgar Family Heir likes gloom and envy, and also lust, so we'll be getting some lust in there as well. I'm thinking those two are the identities to go with. Also, I haven't really played with the Princess of La Mancha Land ID yet, so I'd like to. Rhodia looks fucking sick in it, so... And of course, fucking Edgar Family Heir, Gregor is one of my favorites. I have many favorites, to be fair. There are a lot of really good IDs. This is high among them. The only reason I don't use him more is because his passive rarely suits my needs.
사냥감을 찾은 건가?
Oh, this is going to be a cool team that I'm probably going to get absolutely fucking bodied. I suspect this will be the hardest fight so far. Might be wrong, but that's what I currently predict. I really should have checked their ego. I didn't check their ego. I talked last time about getting into that habit.
왔어?
I didn't check their ego. It's probably fine. Hey, Valentina, how's it going?
생각보단 좀 늦었네?
Yeah, well, you know, late night last night. I actually legit had a late night last night. I had to render the next XCOM part, and I had to stay up until about 4 in the morning so that I could get that uploading today. So I'm a little groggy and all, which just really helps my chances here, doesn't it?
저자, 지금 술 마시고 있는 건가?
Of course she is, Gregor. I'd be surprised if she wasn't fucking toking on a cigar right now and all.
무너져가는 자들일수록 자신을 망치는 것에 의존하더군.
Oh, Virgilius is helping us. Oh, okay, right, alright. It's still gonna be tough, but that helps. That makes me feel better. Because I did think in my head, I was like, how the fuck are Heathcliff, Rhodia and Gregor going to take on Valentina and Lucio? Right? Like, that seems like a massive stretch. Now, however, I feel a lot better about this.
뭐야, 붉은 특색. 당신도 왔어?
Valentina, don't pretend you didn't immediately recognize and clock him the moment he walked in. He's the biggest threat in the room by far.
내가 특별히 당신의 그 짐덩어리는 건드리지 않고 얌전히 잘 돌려보냈잖아.
Yeah, but you took our glowing sticks. And also you have Ryoshu's bundle of liability as well, and we need that back too.
이렇게나 뒤끝이 길던 놈이었나?
Wrong.
마땅한 대가를 받으러 온 것뿐이지.
There were always going to be consequences for kidnapping Charon, even if you gave her back unharmed.
뭐야, 재촉하지 말고 거기 잠깐 앉아 있어봐.
Yeah, slow it down, lads. We need a little bit more discussion, a little bit more plot before we can get in there. Take your time, relax.
이거 아직 몇 모금 더 남았거든.
She says as she opens a fresh bottle of whiskey. I gotta get through at least 4 of these before I'm ready for what comes.
너희 같은 잡놈들은 모르겠지만 이거 귀한 술이야.
I mean, honestly, quality in liquor and alcohol in general is subjective. Yes, you get very expensive brands, and some of them are really good. For the most part, what really matters is whether you like the taste or not. I remember a friend of mine had a really fancy bottle of whiskey, and he was like, Foreman, come drink some of this with me. And I was like, okay. And I hated it. And I was sat there and I was like, 'cause he's a fairly manly bloke, right? And I was trying to be like, yeah, well, I was trying to be one of the boys, you know. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here fucking sipping whiskey with my bro. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. It was so... I don't know what I described the flavor as, but it just didn't fucking agree with me. And I could feel myself getting heartburn as I sipped it. Like proper heartburn, not the short-term burn of the drink, but like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and need to chug a gallon of milk in order to get rid of this. And I had to turn to him eventually and say, bruv, can I please have some Coke with this? Because I can't handle it. It's not agreeing with me. And he's cool. He was a cool guy, you know. Owen's a nice boy, but I could tell he was slightly unimpressed, and I was like, well, yeah. Neat whiskey has a weird flavor, lads. I don't know. I can only have it with Coke, but I really like it with Coke, is the thing.
올드파.
Old Pa.
귀한 건 모르겠고 니놈에게 어울리는 술이라는 것엔 동의하지.
Vergilius, that's pay. That's really pay.
그거 알아? 그렇게 기고만장한 꼴 보이는 거 나라고 다를 바 없던 때가 있었어.
Guess me, I have no idea how old Vergilius is. Presumably younger than Valentina if she's talking to him like this.
나도 한때는
She's a horrible person, but visually she is aging gracefully.
니네 같은 새끼들이 함부로 말도 걸지 못할 위치에 있었다고.
I think you believe your own hype a little too much, or I'm severely underestimating you. Could be both.
그렇게 술에 꼬라서 말하는 놈 중에 제대로 된 놈 못 봤는데.
Ain't that the fucking truth, lad?
이래서 전쟁도 안 겪어본 애송이들이랑은 대화가 안 돼.
During the war,
연기 전쟁 때 보냐텔리 가문의 발렌치나라고 하면 참호에 있던 전란 해결사나 조직놈들까지 죄다 와서 허리 숙여 인사했어. 알아?
yeah, but that was a long time ago. A long, long time ago. Like a really long time ago.
가문의 영광에 걸맞게 최전선에서 한 놈 한 놈 다 총검 하나로 멱을 따버렸지.
I know the smoke war probably wasn't that long ago in the grand scheme of things. I'm just taking the piss, you understand?
상대 회사에서 쟁쟁한 놈을 내보낼 때마다 듀얼이든 일기토든 보란듯이 머리에 구멍을 뚫고 반으로 가르고.
So what happened?
이제 와선 다 의미 없는 명예 아닌가?
True, true.
베르길리우스 처자 한 명 막아보겠다고 애까지 인질로 잡는 처지.
That's pretty weak. Gregor doesn't cut very often, but when he does, he cuts fine. It's funny because, like, Heathcliff and Vergilius were so openly mocking, whereas Gregor was just real. And that is significantly more effective, especially against a drunk.
티켓이랑 가까워질 일만 없었어도 그 애새끼 잡고 신랑이 할 필요 없었어.
Uh-huh.
붉은색, 저 새끼 앞에 마탱이가 간 눈으로 서 있다가 무슨 개죽음을 당하라고.
That's interesting. Okay, so you reckon... She might be right, she might be wrong here. I'm not chastising her for this opinion. But you reckon that if your eye hadn't been fucking up due to your proximity to Ryoshu, you would be able to deal with Vergilius. That's interesting.
교본, 잔 하나 더 들고 와.
But he's still wounded from his last fight with Vergilius. This also explains why we stand a chance, because I'm pretty sure, going by gameplay, that Lucio is the strongest of the apprentices. If I had to pick a weakest, actually, sorry, I'm forgetting Sora. Bless her. Yeah, she's probably the strongest. He's the second strongest. I would say that Ren is probably the weakest, but I'm still not convinced he was going all out in that fight, so I'm gonna cut him a bit of slack. Maybe Albina? Because her gimmick was so easy to deal with? That's not really a test of strength, though, is it? I don't know.
예,
Poor lad.
이것만 무사히 끝내면 난 복귀할 수 있어.
I doubt it somehow.
발렌치나
You're full of shit.
내가 지금 수십 회를 넘게 기다리고 있는데
Sunk cost fallacy, hey?
한때 내가 손짓만 하면 엎드려서 개처럼 빌빌거리는 신유까지 했던 새끼들이 지금은 나보다 높은 계급 따랐다고 눈을 씨발 개같이 지켜 떠가지고 그 건방진 새끼가
Interesting, I suppose, because I don't believe we've ever seen a Thumb member who has fallen from grace, who had the authority and then lost it. And they adjust to it about as well as I'd expect.
정말 한 번도 의심해 본 적이 없나?
Have you really never thought about this? But that's kind of, at the very least, it's been a running theme with both Matthias and Valentina, where there is clearly a big glaring problem in what they're doing in their life at this time, right? With Matthias, it was the fact that Ryoshu fucking hates him, and with Valentina, it's this. And it definitely speaks to that mentality of don't sweat the details, just fucking get through it. Just get through it. Just keep pushing forward. And I can respect that, because I do that a lot. When I'm having a rough time, I'm like, don't fucking worry about any of that shit. Just plow on. Just keep walking forward. Just keep moving. Keep getting shit done. But eventually, reality must be attended to, whether you want to or not.
이 거미집에서 진정으로 만들어내려고 했던 것이 무엇인지.
If she doesn't know that, she's fucking lost.
그거야 킬러지. 손가락만 까딱하면 무엇이든 죽일 수 있는. 모든 손가락에 쓸 수 있는 최고의 킬러이자 그야말로 다 베어 제끼는 검.
The probably at the end of that statement is not a good sign.
말하면서도 스스로 이상하다고 생각하지 않나?
It's an interesting conversation to observe, because the one thing that a drunk tends to throw away, I can tell you this from personal experience, is the ability to listen to themselves. Because it's a variation of that mentality that I was talking about, in which you ignore other things and just push forward. But this is that applied in a negative sense. You ignore everything else and just do what you need to do to keep going. In this instance, they believe the thing they need to keep going is booze. Valentina clearly has tunnel vision. It's not like overtly so as such. It's definitely worse now, but she's probably had an aspect of it throughout her entire life. But current circumstances exasperate it. It is a weakness of the mindset that intends to simplify and compartmentalize thoughts and issues. And I say this as someone who does it myself. I 100% understand. And as someone who at a time in his life relied on alcohol. Maybe it's more so interesting for me than it is for other people purely due to my connection to it. But it's an interesting conversation to observe. It's what made Disco Elysium so fucking interesting to play through as well.
수십 년의 인생을 바쳤지만 대체 무엇을 위해 바치는지조차 모르다니.
And that's just it. For me, it would have been this channel where I have dedicated this channel specifically nearly a decade, content creation in general over a decade. You have to know what it was all for. You have to, and I know he's speaking a bit more directly here. He's speaking a bit more specifically, whereas I'm talking more metaphorically. But on the one hand, you have to know what it's for. You have to know why you're doing it. But on the other hand, once again, I keep saying it, but there is that mentality of just knuckling down and getting on with it and not sweating the details. But like I said, at some point, you need to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and what effect it will have, and the consequences therein.
몰라 씨발. 내가 그런 것까지 알아야 해?
And the booze exasperates the mindset of don't sweat the details. Why do I have to bother knowing shit like that? It's not relevant. All I need to do is get on with it. But it is relevant. The devil is in the details. You can't ignore it forever.
티켓만 있으면 보상받을 수 있어. 바닥에 처박혀버린 내 계급도.
Which is funny, because she's like one of the best swordswomen in the city, maybe. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a big list of the best, like, fighters. And while she wouldn't necessarily be in, like, the top 10, she's not as far down the list as you'd hope for an opponent.
이딴 곳에서 흘려보낸 수십 년의 세월도
This place is swanky as hell, although living in a bar probably has its effects on you.
전부 다 보상받을 수 있다고.
Doubtful. Achilles is like, well, this is interesting. I didn't think you were so easy to piss off. And he can do it a lot more freely now that she doesn't have a knife to Karen's throat.
거미줄에 오래 매달려 있다 보면 하늘이 너무 가까워 보이는 탓에 자신의 힘만으로 날아갈 수 있다고 착각하게 되지.
Damn.
하지만
내가 매일매일 얼마나 그 티켓을 갈고 닦았는지 알아?
And the irony of it, of course, is that your fervor in doing so drove her to make the decisions she made that caused her to leave.
허공만 붙들고 있던 것뿐.
내 눈앞에 티켓 데려와 당장.
No.
흔해도 모르는 배은망덕한 새끼. 지아비가 이렇게 괴로워하고 있는 것도 모르고.
I dare say I don't think it concerns her too much.
내가 지한테 몸소 가르쳐준 게 몇 개인데.
All the valuable lessons I taught her, like don't enjoy your birthday cake in front of me or I'll fucking destroy the damn thing. Now I get that that was a lesson to be like, don't show that you want something during an encounter. Like, it's the whole poker face mentality. I understand that aspect of it. I'm just highlighting how fucked up it was.
아씨, 섞어 마셔서 그런가. 뒤지게 머리 아프네.
What, just one bomb shot?
너는 왜 구석에서 그러고 있어?
Probably because you did a combo on her face.
작사를 내놓구만 아주.
Oh my god, a moment of like self-awareness. But then the problem was she kept fucking doing it. Self-awareness, that's the key aspect I was talking about earlier that drunks tend to lack. I certainly lacked it.
티켓 보기 용하니까 이걸로 닦아라. 거기 말고 얼굴에 코피 나잖아.
How quickly are you going to ruin this?
코가 좋다고 웃어? 피로 떡칠을 해가지고.
엄마, 나
You threw it on her head?
꼭 엄마를 위한 골든 티켓이 될게요.
So as a child, she was so eager to please, and then eventually grew into someone who just rejected it entirely. I can understand that 100%.
허접스러운 쪼가리 말고
티켓 정말 그럴 수 있어?
내킬 때만 건네주었을 애정에 너무 많은 것을 바라는군.
Oh yeah, even as I say the term rational adult, and I say that not as a disparaging statement towards conflicted feelings about the treatment at the hands of a abusive parental figure, merely that it is perhaps the most definitionally accurate and clinical term to use. But even a rational adult who fully understands how poorly they were treated will still, in many, many cases we've seen everywhere in the world, attempts to seek that recognition and affection. It's standard biology. It's standard psychology is what I'm trying to say.
슬슬 일어나지. 그만하면 자는 비울 만큼 비우지 않았나.
Yeah, your backstory is tragic and all, but we're here to fight you, you know.
서두르기는.
During the war, we would sit around and talk for 9 hours, and the battle had already ended when we got out there. I'd sure love to hear more from you, Lucio. What are you thinking? You're completely unreadable, my lad.
우리 티켓은 매질을 해야 눈에 생기가 좀 돌아오곤 했는데 여기 교보는 그런 점에서는 대견했지.
Conditional affection, yeah.
울지 않거든 이놈은.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
루치오, 그깟 몸 좀 찢어진 걸로 쩔뚝거리지 마.
He literally had to fend off a color fixer.
스승님.
All that.
진짜 이해할 수가 없네. 야, 넌 왜 그딴 취급을 받으면서 저 새끼 말을 듣냐?
This is a question I'd like an answer to.
툭하면 쥐어 패고 널 사람 새끼로 보지도 않는 것 같은데.
Now, obviously, some conditioning will be a factor here, but it would be. I'm not necessarily interested in hearing a specific answer as to why he listens to her. I'm interested in listening to Lucio talk about it. I want to see what his reaction is, or even lack thereof.
말 조심하십시오. 스승님은 가진 것 하나 없는 저를 거둬주셨습니다. 뒷골목에서 쥐도 새도 모르게 죽었을 제게 따뜻한 음식과 몸을 방을 주셨죠.
Okay, pretty standard story. Adopted him off the streets. As a result, he feels eternally grateful.
그러니 저는 진심을 다해 명령을 따를 뿐입니다.
Something you can draw from there, Heathcliff? Something familiar about that? Something you may have had experience with in the past? I don't know, I'm just reaching.
그래, 쓸데없는 생각하지 말고 내가 가르쳐준 대로만 해. 내가 가르쳐준 대로만.
I'm looking for a weapon, not a kid.
네가 그거 하나는 잘하잖아.
Which makes the title textbook more apt and insulting simultaneously. Okay, fight time. This is going to be rough. But with Achilles, hopefully he can just hold off Valentina. Oh, okay, right. That's an interesting way to do it.
사장, 제가 상대하겠습니다.
Cool that they're fighting in the background. But it's worth pointing out that the encounter info list showed 2 enemies, so we should be careful. Also, I sure did miss this track. Begins battle with 20% missing HP. For the first 3 turns of the encounter, gain 2 power down. So that counters his momentum that he would gain like naturally during his initial fight at the start of the canto. This gives you a chance to actually meet him on equal ground. Meeting a color fixer in battle is doubtless an experience that will elevate his skills to the next level, if he survives this battle, that is. Crumbling Form. Gain the following effects based on the target's dual escalate stack. I believe this is the same. Seems to be. Randomly select an enemy, reduce their speed to 1 and target it with all this unit's skills. Activates every 4 turns after the initial activation. After clashing, inflict it. And there's no way to... Actually, there is a way to remove dual escalate. We have 6 actions, he has 4. Which means as long as one of our characters only one-sided attacks him and doesn't clash, we can actually clean this. True burst, yeah. And this is all pretty simple. Okay, not too much to dig into here. Nevertheless, he's still quite an adversary. You're targeting Heathcliff with this. This is not good. Heathcliff needs a minute to get off the ground, and that's not happening. It's not looking great. We're gonna have to kind of hope that by the time these 2 attacks come around, his SP has been lowered significantly. So we're basically relying on Gregor to get this done.
암호 시동 체크.
Good job, Greg. Oh, the sinking will help as well. Greg, my boy. Oh, yes. Yes. We got some lucky rolls there as well. His SP's been lowered significantly. No. Yes. My boy! Fuck him up! Oh, yeah. And he has shield as well, so he's just fine. Now punch him a bit more. I'm doing my part. Textbook, where is that? Oh yeah, I think we can do some real damage this turn. Might even be able to just overwhelm him to the point where this isn't even a fight.
암호 시동 체크.
At least until phase 2, anyway. Oh, she's weak to slash. Okay, we need to prevent her from from clashing unbreakable coins. Good job, lad. Bit of charge from that. This will suck for you, my friend. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Even resisted, that did 92. Jesus Christ, Greg, be careful. If we can stagger him, then we can get rid of all of our dual escalades.
여기가 쏠쏠이군.
Is that a stagger? Not yet, but he's right on the cusp. He's right on the cusp, he's cusping. Save in finely ground mistfall because that attack power up is nice and we could use it on a different turn.
겁나. 내게 받겠지.
Good job, Heathcliff. There we go. Okay, that ends the turn. Oh, wow. Is it now, it's a group fight now.
내가 시킨 건 그럼 그렇지. 아주면서.
Okay, so on the one hand, Valentina has joined the fight and she's scary, but on the other hand, we have like 600 shield each, and you will defend Valentina from assist defense, from like unprovoked, and you will defend Valentina from one-sided attacks. Okay, let's see if yours has changed anyway. His SP's gone back up, unfortunately. We were doing so well. Desperate struggle. The second No More Heroes game. After the Thumb Nurse Father enters the field, deactivate the Hunter's Mark passive and gain the following effects instead. At less than 30 SP, heal up to 30 SP. Gain 3 assist defense, can clash regardless of speed. Prioritize clashing against Virgilius, I'd rather you didn't. When the Thumb Nurse Father wins a clash and uses an attack against the target, follow up with Kopi Sotani as an unopposed attack against the same target. That's really powerful. Potentially lethal. Oh, there's some real shit here. Maybe I can kill her now. Maybe this is my chance. Once again, the same contemplation comes to seize Lucio as he looms over his master, who lies fast asleep. But this impulse remains an unactioned thought, for he had both fear born from experience and gratitude for his deliverance from the backstreets. Yet his resentment runs too deep. Lucio makes a promise with himself, even as he swears utter fealty without a trace of deception. Once this battle is behind us, I will kill her. I will gouge out her other eye and stab and slash at her again and again until she no longer moves. For the first time, fire burns in the eyes of the boy whose body is covered in bruises. Lucio, mate, you deserve better than this. Also, I hope you become an identity, because man, I want to play with that. Lisette Famigli, so she used to be a Sota Capo. Alright, so she's real. Smoke War, War Hero, yeah. Although it's heavily implied, I guess, that whenever anyone's talking about a war, they are talking about the Smoke War, so it makes sense. When this unit enters the encounter, gain 30 Eye of Precognition. At 30, or even, no, of any stack, Clash Power +2, and heal SP stack divided by 4. The Eye does not possess some supernatural power that shows its use in the destined future. It is more akin to a computing device that analyzes everything it sees and provides the most likely scenario in the upcoming instant, which is like the best kind of cybernetic I can think of. The coolest shit. An active onboard computer that just analyzes the situation. This relic, known as the Eye of Odin, is but a third of a whole relic that was broken into 3 parts. So she has a relic too, but part of it. In a clash, gain 1 accelerating future with every clash. Clash power +1 for every stack. We need to make sure Virgilius is fighting her because she's out of our fucking league. Yeah. The Palmerton style is known to accelerate the longer a duel lasts. So it builds up. Getting attacked by unopposed attacks or losing a clash activates the Precognition skill, which we can't see yet. So that'll be a fun surprise that'll help us play later. The more we clash, the hotter my sword will become, and accelerate to bring us to the future I foresaw. Overloaded. The following causes this unit to lose Eye of Precognition stacks. If this unit fails to gain accelerating future, lose 1 Eye of Precognition with every clash. When this unit is attacked by an unopposed attack, lose 1 Eye of Precognition. On clash lose 3. The eye is heating up, its socket is starting to ache, and my vision is turning red. The Shame of Famiglia Bognatelli. Take the minus 30% HP SP damage from all these things. At +1 acceleration round skills, suspend it, deal extra damage and deal even more against shields. Gain 4 poise for every acceleration round spent. When flipping a coin that spends acceleration round, does not cancel the attack even this unit does not have acceleration round. You were an inheritor of the Palmerton style and a wielder of our family heirloom. You had every privilege one could ever hope for. How dare you embarrass yourself like this? We'll let you keep the relic and the sword, for they have been defiled by your dishonorable stench. To be promoted to the station of a Sotocapo, an underboss, only to be ousted in a mere 3 days. No one else has suffered such pathetic humiliation apart from you, Valentina. You are the shame of our family. La Famiglia Bognatelli withdraws its love from you. She was a Sotocapo for 3 days. More damage against shield for burn on skill, slash or pierce skill, clash power +1. That's not good for us. Tremor burst damage. If this unit critically hit, heal 5 SP. When hit or when the Thumb Apprentice Lucio is defeated, gain Shin Valentina. Defense level +3 for every instance of clash lose. Deal +3% damage for every poise potency on self. Okay, so you're saying that we can get Ticket back by going in and wrecking the place according to that Fanatic's plan. Is this really going to bring Ticket back to us? In a sense, I suppose. I guess it technically worked. This is going to be problematic. Now, obviously, from what I can tell, Lucio is clashing with Vergilius. He can do this at any speed. We need to make sure Vergilius is clashing with Valentina. This is the impression I'm getting. Heathcliff is the only one who has dual escalates right now, so we'll kind of want to... Do you still do dual escalates? I just want to make sure I understand. Yeah, you do. Okay, crumbling form. So we want to make sure Heathcliff clashes with Valentina, which will probably be to his detriment anyway, but if he rolls all heads, Gregor can't win. If he doesn't roll all heads and Gregor does roll heads, Gregor wins. The odds aren't terrible, it's just they could be better. It's looking like Vergilius is going to do well. We'll see how this goes. I see. She's very hard to hit, but her SP will go down. Nearly. Oh, but her SP's gone back up because of the counter. There we go. So she's an exceptionally good defensive fighter, which I desperately respect, by the way. It's basically how I build my Ruiner character. She basically focuses on dodge and counter, which is fucking sick. It's the sickest fighting style. Short of parries. We all know that parry and riposte is cool as shit, but dodge and counter, good thing you have shield. You'll be okay. We need Gregor to land those hits. The sinking, however minor, is useful. Oh yeah, go on Heathcliff. I didn't think she was gonna. I didn't think she'd still have recognition. I thought if she lost it in a turn, she wouldn't get it. I was wrong. That's interesting. Because it means she can't just be. Yeah, she can't just be ganged up on. That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to reevaluate. Defense level +3 for every instance of a clash lose in the last turn. So her defense levels are gonna be through the fucking roof. Really, we need to let Vergilius deal with it. You can take that, your shield will absolutely take it. It's just gonna hurt a bit. But you'll do that first, then she'll hit you, you'll start gaining the man in scabbard effects. Higher SP gets, the more difficult it is to deal with that. I definitely need to look at her skills again. I need to figure out how to beat this. All I can think of is get rid of Ticket. There we go. That's good. Yeah, I keep saying Ticket, I mean textbook. I do apologize. Should just call him Lucio, really. The damage is decent, we're working him down. Had a feeling, but this will help protect him.
여기들 흡속일군.
Good. Been a while since we've seen this.
눈부시지 않다고 두려워하지 마.
Amazing. Just in time as well.
눈에 보이는 것에만 매달리는 것이야말로 인간에게 부여된 저주일 테지.
So now you've got 11 men in Scabbard. Oh, you gain aggro on this, okay. I mean, yeah, that's the purpose of it. Just point out. If you evade all the coins on a skill, you do use your counterattack. Base power +1 for every 2 Eye of Recognition stacks. That's where a lot of its strength is coming from. It's also allowing her to reload. So she's gaining +15 to coin power. Because there's no upper limit on it. The only upper limit is designated by Eye of Recognition itself. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna let Heathcliff take those. But we need to make sure... Jesus Christ, Vergilius, I didn't check your shit, did I? I was so busy with the enemies, I didn't check his. Oh, I forgot. It's fine, we can check now. You gain coin power for burn and bleed on target. Good stuff. Lose this encounter if this unit is killed. Yep, forbidden by it. The guide observes Dante's commands and adjusts his skills targets accordingly. That's very cool, following the flow. The Red Gaze inflict 3 bind next turn against enemies with 50% or more HP. Enemies that are about to use attack skills against this unit gain 1 attack power down. Super Thermogenesis on hit with a Gladius skill, take fixed damage. On skill, Bloody Tears. Ah, the Castlevania references. On skill use, take 3% of max HP as fixed damage. Super damage cannot kill this unit. On hit with a skill, he'll hit 10% of the HP damage dealt, so he needs to hit his fucking target. Blood Barrier. Every turn, allies gain shield HP. Eyes of a threat friend who the Red Gaze becomes available. When the Thumb Nurse Father Valentina has Shin Valentina, this unit gains Shin the Red Gaze next turn. So he has Shin now, which means he deals more Wrath damage, which is handy, because that's what he's doing. We need to keep Lucio off of him. Lucio won't last much longer. As long as we keep on him. Maybe that's the wrong way to do it, but that's the way I'm approaching it right now.
암호 시동 체크.
Ah, Greg, that's not good. Well, you're getting man in Scabbard, at least. Damn. He's gonna take a lot of hits from that. This will work if he rolls all heads.
말했잖아.
No,
이 눈으로 막을 수 있다.
he's taking a lot of hits. Something has to get through eventually. There we go. That was a lot.
해체해주지.
Lucio's just powering up. He's at 45 SP. He's not going to miss a clash. Thank God for the shield. Gregor, that was amazing. Heathcliff, you'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be okay. All right, Heathcliff's ready to fucking go. And he's got no clash escalate thingy. So he can go in. One more round should do it. Especially with Rip Space CCA Overdrive. Then we can focus.
언제까지 발버둥 칠 수 있을 거라 생각하지?
She's keeping it up pretty consistently, lad. You've only gotten a few hits in. But then again, that's all you need, isn't it?
말했잖아.
It's like how I play Battle Mech, where I use a fucking light mech, and I almost never get hit, but when I do, I lose a fucking leg and can't move anymore. Eventually, the evasive fire gets caught. Good hits. Go in, lad. Go in, lad. Go in, lad. Go on. You don't even know what bruises are. Let me show you. Oh.
방해되니까 빠져있어. 루치오, 넌 티켓이 까먹은 걸 전부 가르쳐주기 전까지 돼지면 안 돼. 알겠어?
Now the problem, of course, is that Valentina has a lot more skills. She might just be more powerful now. Maybe we'll get lucky and Lucio will stab her in the back. Base power +1 and deal +10% damage for every Eye of Recognition stack. She has 30. Yeah, 2,000 damage. Target fixed cannot be staggered before using this skill. Okay, here's the thing, right? On Clash Lose, deal minus 50% final damage and does not hit critically. Damage dealt by the skill cannot stagger the target, but minus 50% of 2,000 is 1,000, which is still enough to kill. So it's going to gain 20 Clash power until this skill ends. By rights, this should break through. Okay, it's going to suck, but there's not really anything to be done. There's a hit. He's clashing higher now. Yes, she's losing it. She's losing it. I should have attacked more. Ah, she can't be staggered before using that attack though. He's fine. He's fine. He's not fine.
이 검은,
왜?
이 명예는, 이 영광은 이빨이지 않을 테니.
Gregor, it's been tarnished. It's been utterly tarnished. You fucked it up.
여기가
그딴 자세로는
You utterly fucked it up. That was completely pointless. No need to do any of that. Rhodio's going to suffer.
원망하구나. 너는 또 죽겠지.
She's still alive, but we only have one Keiko Bamble left.
덤벼보던가.
The good news is she didn't kill her target, so by all rights, we're okay. Heathcliff is not okay. I didn't realize both of them were ramping it up now, but they are. But she doesn't have max Eye of Recognition stacks anymore.
암호 시동 체크.
Okay, you won. Good. Good, you're working it down. The eye is getting weaker. And her health bar is dropping very quickly.
이게 뭔? 모조리 해체해주지.
Oh, why does it go back to? Oh, I'm an idiot. It's the level difference.
그딴 자세로는 내 옷깃도 못 쓰지.
Why do you people continue to not roll heads on all of it? Did it at least heal? It did heal everyone. Okay, good. We needed that.
왜?
No, that was a waste. Good thing you have protection. Okay, she is taking damage at least. Vergilius is doing it. We're just being annoying, but it's working, so basically leave it to Vergilius and we'll do what we can. I don't even think I fought this properly, but it's okay. If we win, we win.
검나를 내게 바쳐주지.
Good stuff. Keep getting rid of it. Oh, there we go. What's up, Lucio? Come in for the kill, lad. Finish her off. She's a pain in the ass. She's very mean.
그만 하지 그래. 당신 이미 중상을 넘어섰어.
You're an absolute baller fighter, mate. You fended off a color fixer, and you're fighting us now. Just lay down for a bit.
당신 생각은 어떠십니까?
Tell me what you think.
요시히데님이라면 이쯤에서 전투를 포기하셨을 거라고 생각하나요? 그게 아니면
She would not have forfeited, no.
애초에 이런 상황에 놓이지 않을 거라고.
Well, It depends on how particular you're getting about it. Would she have put herself in this situation for Valentina? No, absolutely not. Would she have put herself in this general dangerous losing battle situation? Yes, just not for Valentina. I assume he is referring specifically to being in this state for Valentina. And the answer is no.
몇 번이나 말했지. 그런 엉뚱한 데 말고 심장을 노리라고.
Uh-huh.
내가 수없이 시범 보였잖아. 어?
Yeah, I dare say you probably have.
저런 허접한 새끼들한테 밀리는 걸 진짜 내 눈앞에서 보여줄 거냐?
Do it, Lucio. Finish her off.
에이, 시끄러워 죽겠네. 네 아비한테 좀 닥치라고 전해주면 안 되겠냐?
언젠간 이런 날이 올 거라고 예상하고 있었습니다.
The day where he finally does it.
하지만 적어도 저를 습득해주셔야 했을 요시히데님과 직접 겨뤄보다가 끝이 나길.
Nah, make your own purpose, lad. Find your own path.
그렇다면 다음 교본이 될 상대에게도 알려줄 수 있지 않습니까? 저의 어디가 잘못되었는지, 어디서부터 다시 고쳤어야 하는지.
You can correct it right now, lad, by stabbing her in the fucking back.
이봐 잠깐.
Don't do it. Oh, Gregor.
심장을 뚫어. 그 망할 놈의 심장을 뚫으라니까.
I mean, he'll get back up if you do, but I see the point.
사과를 조각낸.
Oh. Don't bully Gregor.
네가 그러니까 교본에서 벗어나지 못하고 있는 거야.
He landed a devastating hit.
어떤 건 딱딱했고, 퍼석했고, 물렀고, 과즙이 많았다.
This is a fascinating correlation between two characters, by the way. Between Lucio and Gregor. I really did not make this connection until Gregor started talking. But now that he brings it up, it's so obvious, yeah. And come to think of it, correlation between Gregor and Ryoshu as well. They were both raised to be weapons.
당신의 호흡도 흐트러지고 있군요. 이해합니다.
Don't do it, Lucio. Gregor's a good boy.
이 공간은 가끔씩 사람을 완전히 미치게 만들 때가 있으니까요.
Everyone except for Rien because he was already mad.
당내가 퍼질 때마다
Oh, lad.
난
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This hasn't been a thing for so long. Like Gregor losing control of his arm. I don't even know if that necessarily counts as him losing control of his arm. I would say it is because Gregor's not the type to go for the kill on an opponent where he doesn't necessarily want to, especially seeing as he was trying to talk Lucio down in that moment. Everyone stops fighting and looks around. Oh my god. Oh, Greg. He's not going to get over this one quick.
보아하니
Looks like you need a new textbook.
당신의 그 짐덩어리로부터 드디어 자유로워진 모양이군.
Congratulations.
어때? 소원대로 후련하던가?
And Vergilius says with a smile because he knows it's not the case. But he's calling her out on how she acts.
루치오가 죽기라도 했다는 거야?
Oh, really? You can't tell me you didn't notice that.
심장이 뽑혔지.
Just like you were telling him to do.
당신 말을 빌리자면 때가 된 것뿐이고.
헛소리를 짓거리고 있네.
Fuck off with your bullshit. Which is interesting. That's where Ryoshu learned that. That's a bit of a reach, but still, it's interesting because Ryoshu literally said that to the Dewey Star last episode.
어이, 루치오!
He's fucking dead, dude. Unless he isn't.
아가리 뭐냐고 대답해!
Uh,
네 새끼는 아직 네 쓸모에 반의 반도 다 하지 않았어! 어디서 건방지게 먼저 뻗어 있어!
his heart's literally not in his chest anymore. Yeah, Gregor's not having a good time. He's not really the type of person to do this.
야, 너 괜찮은 거냐?
I'm gonna go with a resounding no. I really thought Lucio was gonna fucking kill her. Oh. Now, of course, she did actually care, but she's such a fucking asshole, she never showed it, not once. Or not properly, anyway. He's more than dead, he's very dead. Extremely dead. Cadaverific, you could even say.
이 하찮은 벌레 새끼가 지금 뭘 들고 있는 거야!
Oh, did you have to call him vermin? Why did you use that term specifically? Oh, Greg!
이 징그러운 새끼가!
I hope Greg kills her as well. It would be so triumphant. Victory! That's apparently a victory. Well, Lucio was defeated. That's a term you can use.
피분수가 폭죽보다도 높이 솟아올랐어. 아니야, 이렇게 크게 웃으면 안 돼. 아름다움을 잃지 않게, 그리고 제2 권속으로서의 품위도 잃지 않게 하자.
Obviously not accounting for Vergilius there, but I'm surprised the Rhodia actually did 40% of the damage. Good ID though, not complaining. Hatching. Who now? Who next? I don't know. I have no idea. Just fucking Rhiannon saw her, we're doomed. Oh, we're back to this slot. Right, yeah, the ring nurse father. Interested to see how this turns out.
파우스트, 전투 시작합니다.
Because obviously all these fights are going on simultaneously, so...
자, 어떠신가요, 요시히데? 미니멀리즘이라는 건 이런 개념이랍니다.
Minimalism, wow.
본질을 위해 불필요한 것들을 과감히 제거하는 것이지요.
Right, it hadn't occurred to me that he would have been showing her this shit when she was a small child. I don't know why, I just hadn't pieced that together yet.
그대도 알다시피 인간의 몸은 너무나 많은 장식을 두르고 있으니까요. 순수성을 해치죠.
So you have to get rid of all of it.
무서워.
Lad, you have more problems than I think you even fully understand.
아버지, 어디 계세요?
너무 잔인해. 보기 싫어.
Now is Callisto going to be understanding? Doubtful.
요시히데, 그건 현상에만 집중해서 그런 것입니다. 이 재료가 느낄 고통은 찰나지만 저희가 남길 형태는 영원하니까요.
It's fascinating to see the idea of like, yes, this person is suffering immense agony now, but imagine the art that we will make from it. It's fascinating to see that justification, thought structure, mental gymnastics that lead to that not being a problem for ring members. Like, yeah, he's in pain and he's terrified. Why? And he's gonna die soon. Whatever. Look how cool he's gonna look. Fucking hell.
다시 복습을 해보죠. 이 간결한 직선의 갈라짐은 태초의 구조주의입니다. 저는 그대를 앞으로 모든 예술을 함께할 소중한 제자로 성장시킬 거예요. 그러니 요시히데도 저의 모든 수업에 잘 따라와 주셔야 합니다.
How exciting. She's so lucky.
육체의 아름다운 원형을 세상에 드러내려면 살갗을 도려내고 척추를 끊어야 하지만 그러면 구도가 지나치게 안정화되더군요. 결국 예술이란 매 순간 이뤄지는 선택과 고통의 반복. 요시히데, 그대 눈에는 이 작품 어떻게 보이시나요?
What do you think?
내 취향은 여백의 미가 있는 쪽이지. 이런 도축이 아니라.
도축이라며 요시히데, 야수파의 강렬함을 의도한 건데.
But the negative space, though.
너를 이러고도 무사할 줄 알아. 나는
Is this really the time?
꽤 거슬리는군. 캔버스가 너무 요란한 건 질색이야.
이제는 저희가 서로의 취향에 대해 논의할 수 있는 경지에 이르렀군요.
She's finally brave enough to do so because she was a small child when you showed this to her initially.
기뻐요, 요시히데.
That makes one of you.
당신은 어쩌면 약지의 다른 마이스트로들이 만들어낸 모든 사조를 습득하는 것을 넘어
Well, I don't know. She's pretty into art in this context. But still, doubtful.
언젠가 자신만의 사조를 만들어낼 수도 있겠어요.
I guess she does have her own aesthetics that she enjoys, so kinda.
그리운 나날이죠.
So it occurs to me, Alyssa, in her skill description, was like, don't worry, I have a way to do this without dying, so I'm hoping that will apply. Apparently it's not going well, though.
비록 취향이라는 주관적인 견해 차이는 있었어도 요시히데가 가진 미학적인 심리안이 지식을 통해 정립되어 아름다움을 구조적으로 볼 수 있게 한 것이었답니다.
Yes, the problem was certainly the conflicting subjectivities, not anything else. No, bruv, it was definitely just that.
알리사 씨,
Hohenheim is not pleased. Can someone chuck her an ampoule, please?
저는 이런 식으로 감정만 앞서는 분은 별로 좋아하지 않아요.
Yeah, well, I'm not fond of you either, so meh.
그런 분들은 대부분 뼈가 무르고 기골도 탁월하지 않죠. 진실로 강한 분들은 조금 더 틈을 노리려고 하고 민첩하고 인내심을 기른답니다. 육체는 거짓말을 하지 않으니까요. 저의 인형들과 비슷하면서도 다른 모습이죠. 다만 관건은 그것이랍니다.
Please refer to my mannequins. They will be happy to answer any of your questions. I know he's not saying that, but it's a funny mental image.
모든 감각을 온전하게 느끼고 있는지.
Uh-huh.
정확해요.
Good job, Sinclair. Well done. Hey, he's engaging with the subject matter. Look at that.
유사한 작품을 어딘가에서 또 감상한 적이 있으셨나 봐요. 인정할게요. 너무 클래식하긴 하죠.
Look at that, Sinclair. You've made a friend. He looks very calm, though, which means he's gonna do something.
죄송합니다. 계속 이어서 말하죠. 여러분, 다시 시체 인형들이 공격해올 거예요.
Right. How many of these stupid things does he have?
싱클레어 씨, 저희 작전만 생각하죠.
Oh, he's pretty focused, I think.
시선을 내리지도 돌리지도 말고 앞만 보는 거예요.
Oh, he sounded really calm. I thought he was just in the fucking zone, but not quite.
어떤 풍경을 떠올리고 있는지 알아요. 그 끔찍한 캐롤이 울려 퍼지던 마을엔, 해피가 있던 그곳엔 저도 있었잖아요.
Yeah.
하지만 이미 지나가 버린 시간이에요. 끝. 그래, 끝이 나버려서 반드시처럼 되돌릴 수도 없죠.
And we won't be able to undo what's happening to Alyssa if you don't get in there and sort it out.
마에스트로님, 남은 재료는 파시아에게 조금 나눠줘도 될까요? 기뻐할 거예요.
We don't need you getting buffs.
그래요, 알비나.
Please don't actually do it.
이제 그만. 그 불타는 마을에서 나오세요. 싱클레어 씨.
It's time to leave, Sinclair.
아픈 과거로만 남겨두자고요.
Step forward.
과거.
Ooh.
당신은 어떤 것에 분노를 느끼셨나요?
Your stupid face.
무엇이 당신의 명을 재촉하게 만들었죠?
방금 가지가 목적이었다면 왜 다 죽인 거야?
Because he needs ingredients for his art projects.
아하, 동료애군요. 이유마저도 추하네요.
Camaraderie. Gross. Ew.
거미집에서 사냥을 하는 이유를 물어본다는 것은 존재의 이유를 물어보는 거나 다름이 없답니다.
To this day, I'm not really clear on what you guys do other than raise Ryoshu.
저는 화를 내지 않아요. 화를 내면 지루해지거든요. 그러니까 이쯤에서 저는 당신을 완성하도록 할게요.
I hope he gets angry by the end of this. It would be very satisfying.
의미 있는 작품이야. 진심으로 그렇게 생각하네.
Beautiful thing about Hohenheim is it's hard to tell when he's being sarcastic sometimes.
뭐라고 하셨죠?
Oh. Or he's gonna say that and Callisto will be like, oh my god, you finally like my art, and he's gonna be like, no, I'm talking about Alyssa because she's like a brave and cool person. Just like how I was talking about Martin.
하지만 굳이 조언을 해주자면 이 정도는 조금 지루하다는 생각이 드는군.
Oh, uninspired. Derivative, you might even say. See if you can actually make him angry, it'll be really funny.
호헨하임 씨, 지금
Let him cook.
무슨 말을?
Let him cook. Let him do it.
상황 봐서 앰플로 의식 잃은 파우스트 씨를 회복시킬게요. 관리자님은 지금 다른 쪽에 집중하고 계신 것 같으니까.
So what Dante is basically having to do right now, it's pretty funny. I don't know if it's like a super like big intended correlation, but I think there was some like conceptual intention here, is that Dante is basically having to micromanage multiple squads fighting the Nurse Father simultaneously, which is not dissimilar to the amount of micromanaging that you had to do in Lobotomy Corporation, especially during day 49.
이래 배워도 시체들은 지겹게도 봐와서 말이야.
Probably.
자랑은 아니지만 나는 환상체라는 것들로 그득했던 회사에서 몇 년 동안 처박혀 있었다네.
And they are interesting.
자네보다도 훨씬 예술적이고 조예 깊게 직원들을 죽인 것들이 많았지.
Oh, you've been outdone by mindless beasts.
이럴테면 그렇지.
Mm-hmm.
직접 연극의 주인공이 되어 심금 꽤나 울리는 무대를 완성한 자도 있었다네.
Not surprising, there are a lot of protagonists in this story.
가장 존경했던 팀장의 목을 긋고 그 몸통을 2시간 동안 끌고 다니며 마주치는 자들에게 죄를 고해하는 역할이었지.
How long did they spend preparing for this role?
평소에 그자와 좋은 우애를 나누지 않아서 다행이라고 생각하면서 막이 내리는 것까지 지켜보았지. 일단 극이 시작되면 끝날 때까지 지켜봐주는 것 말고는 방법이 없었거든.
Now, obviously, this would have been a more like harrowing moment for him than I'm implying here, but I imagine him just sat there with like, you know, like a cup from McDonald's or the fucking city equivalent, just sipping on it, watching the security cameras, just like, he's still going. 2 hours, wow.
당신, 제 관심을 끄는 데에는 성공했군요.
I'd say buy time, but for what exactly? For another team to win? Or for Ishmael to heal Faust? Or for Alyssa to not get killed?
그래서 제가 완성시키고 있는 이 작품에 대해 하고 싶은 말씀이 있나요?
그래,
Few things. You're trashy and I hate you.
자네는 지금 재료를 온전히 활용 못하고 있지 않은가?
Wasteful.
이건 지금 내 사무실에서도 흔히 볼 수 있는 성의 없는 부검 보고서나 다름이 없지.
Underwhelming.
육신을 펼쳐놓고 장기를 나열하는 게 전부일 뿐이니 그런 창의적이지 못한 환상체들이 좀 있었지.
Routine. Boring.
그리고 피도 불필요하게 너무 많이 빼냈어. 이러면 색감이 너무 단조로워지지.
Drab.
자네의 작품들을 유심히 살펴보았을 때 내가 가장 마음에 들었던 것은 정맥과 동맥에 대조되는 이중주였어. 육체의 작동 원리를 정확히 이해할 수 있는 자만이 표현할 수 있는 기법이라고 생각했네.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, because God knows I am a lot on these subjects, but veins are blue, arteries are red, which means red and blue. Red and blue are complementary colors. Therefore, what Hohenheim is saying is 100% rooted in the logic of color theory, which I can't honestly say I was expecting from him, but it is very interesting. Oh, he's a visionary.
그걸 알아봐 주셨군요. 저는 그 표현을 위해 무려 3일 이상의 시간을 할애했어요. 하지만 아무도 눈치채지 못하더군요. 심지어 알비나도.
Even Albina didn't get it. And she's gonna be like, wait, what?
예술가는 이해를 바라지. 홀로 만드는 작품은 아무 의미 없어.
Yeah, it's true. Even music. Music is made to be heard by other people, you know? As much as me and my band make our tracks because we want to make them, we want people to enjoy them and understand them. It goes without saying.
맞아요. 제가 이곳에 온 것도 더 혁신적이고 감동적인 예술품을 만들고 볼 수 있을 것이라는 생각에서였죠. 하지만 다른 분들은 모두 각자의 허황된 야망과 속세에 눈을 떼지 못하고 저의 피조물들을 이해하려는 신용조차 하지 않았으니.
It's because you're fucking weird, dude.
특히 발렌치나. 그 한심한 자는 허구한 날 알코올에 온몸을 절여와서는 몇 번이나 제 작품을 훼손시킬 뻔했답니다.
To be fair, 90% of the people who have met Valentina have harsh words for her. They just don't dare say it to her fucking face.
그리고 리엔. 그자도 스스로를 둔갑시킨 모조품이죠. 시령이 도서관 속 어느 해결사의 운명이나 분떠 만든 주제.
Oh my god! What? I thought Rien's, resemblance of Roland was just to fuck with us. Later on, I went at, between last episode and this one, while I was editing something else, I sat there and I thought, what if Rien was, because Rien's not his original name, what if Rien was a fixer from Charles' office? They would kind of justify that with having a similar fighting style. I didn't have any real evidence to base that upon. I was just conjecturing, right? I was just thinking about it in my off time. But no, he's literally been instructed at the behest of the prescript to imitate Roland. But more specifically, he states, a simulacrum that mimics, at the behest of the prescript, the fate of a certain fixer in the library. Not just the actions, but the fate, the path, presumably maybe the ending. Now, I don't think that means he's going to trying to go into the library. I think that's reading way too literally, as it were. But I'm going to just listen more. But that is a big thing that you've just said, Callisto. That's fucking massive. Of course, the first hint was naturally that when he dispatched the LCA troops, he obviously was using different weapons. Like, his weapon was transforming in the moment. He also carries himself like Roland. He looks similar. He doesn't talk like Roland, but a lot of aspects are very similar. Someone even mentioned in the comments for the last video, they were like, what if it wasn't Rien who attacked that facility? It could be Roland, because Roland was attacking the establishments of, fingers and shit during that time. He absolutely rocked the thumb in the middle, if I remember correctly. I might be missing a few details there, I do apologize. But I don't actually think it was Roland who attacked the place that Araya was at. I'm thinking Rien did it because it was something that Roland was doing, or would do. How long has Rien been imitating Roland? Also, this means how much of Rien's, if what I'm saying is true, that's a big if. If Rien is imitating Roland, then how much of what was attributed to the Black Silence when Roland took on the role was actually Rien. This opens many doors, many avenues of thought.
들떠서 말이 많아졌군요. 용서하시길.
Oh dear, I've hinted at a massive plot point. Please don't mind me. You fucking bastard.
그렇다면 당신이라면 말이죠. 이 작품에 어떤 식으로 예술성을 덧붙이실 건가요?
And the best part is, no one in this fucking story, except maybe Faust and maybe Virgilius, would turn to Callisto and go, wait a minute, what was that about Rien? What was that about a fixer in the library? Because to Hohenheim and to most of the sinners, maybe the sinners would bring it up, but they don't really care about the library that much. Yes, they've been to like memories of it during Walpurgisnacht, and that is canon, but they wouldn't care that much. Maybe Ishmael would. Maybe, because she's quite particular on details. But Hohenheim, who he's specifically having a conversation with right now, wouldn't give a flying fuck about the library. Or Roland. So he's not gonna ask. So it's been perfectly constructed for them to drop that little fucking teaser about Rien and then just brush it aside until later. Because Hohenheim ain't gonna follow up. Plus, I'll be blunt, Hohenheim has bigger problems on his mind right now than Rien or the library. He doesn't give a fuck about either of them, especially right now. Interesting.
사람의 신경다발은 수일 동안 산소가 닿지 않는 곳에서 건조시키면 희미하게 빛을 내기 시작한다네.
I'm gonna assume you're correct. I have no idea.
아마 나쁘지 않은 장신구로도 활용할 수 있을 걸세.
It'd be something, I guess.
그리고 잔인성에 대한 얄팍한 과시보다는 자네만의 서사를 집어넣는 편이 어떤가?
Make your art tell a story that is unique to you. Hohenheim saying what I've been saying for ages. Maybe try another medium. Maybe it doesn't have to be corpse mangling.
이럴테면
An example. Please say painting.
나는 신체적인 특성은 뛰어나지 않지만 이 회사에서 가장 천재적인 두뇌를 가지고 있는 인물이라네.
Never change, lad.
내 두개골을 연 뒤에 뇌를 개봉시킨 채로 마무리를 해보는 건 어떤가? 듣자하니 쌓은 지식과 뇌의 주름은 비례한다고 하더군. 사실인지 궁금하기도 했고.
You don't want no smooth brain. You want that wrinkled Hohenheim brain.
그리고 알다시피 뇌는 다른 장기들에 비해 그 복잡성과 난이도가 상당한 편이지. 자네에게 좋은 도전이 될 수 있을 걸세.
It will be abstract, it will be unique, and it will be a good challenge, bro. What's not to love?
확실히 다루기 힘든 재료일수록 제 손으로 길들였을 때의 희열은 큰 법이죠.
Indeed, indeed.
자, 내게 가까이 오세요. 그리고 그대의 이름을 내게 말해주세요.
The question is, does Hohenheim have a play here, or...
호헨하임. 이때만큼 내 이름이 부끄러워졌던 적은 없군.
그만하세요, 호헨하임 씨.
So the question I have for Hohenheim right now is he using like the aspect of Big Bird that puts an enemy in a daze to basically, not literally, but basically put Callisto in a daze to open him up for an attack? Or is Hohenheim himself exhibiting symptoms of being in a daze in wandering headfirst into certain death, like in charmed members of Lobcorp would when Big Bird does their thing? I'm leaning more towards the latter right now, but I fucking hope not.
어떡하실 생각인데요? 파우스트 씨도 이스마엘 씨도 저도 부상이 심해요.
그냥 할 수 있는 한 최선을 다할 생각이네.
Lad, I have never related to you more because that is something I say a lot. What am I doing? My best, I guess.
하지만
I'd say let him cook, but I'm not so sure anymore.
알고 있네. 저자가 가진 힘에 비해 이 장비나 무기는 턱없이 부족하겠지.
I don't know about that. You clashed with him pretty consistently when we fought him before.
그렇지만 중요한 건 나는 앞으로 후회를 하지 않겠다고 마음을 먹었다는 거야.
Okay.
그리고 생각보다 도박은 때론 놀라운 결과를 보일 때가 있지.
He's gambling.
검진에서 당신이 말했던 순위 기억나시잖아요.
You didn't give me a number, you just wrote calluses.
저로서는 이 상황을 바꿀 수가 없단 말이에요.
Not with that attitude, my boy.
숫자 따윈 잊어버리게.
I say they are especially non-applicable as part of the LCB.
수는 언뜻 이성과 분석을 아우르는 진리처럼 보이네만 결국 추상의 개념을 지금 이곳에 물리적으로 끌어내기 위한 기호일 뿐이니.
And the fun thing is, this is 100% applicable to the fight between Hohenheim and Callisto as well. Because like I just said, I think I just mentioned not long ago, Hohenheim was clashing really well with Callisto, and Hohenheim's level, his number, his ranking in that context was significantly lower than Callisto's. It writes itself, no? Do it, lad. I'm always scared to click in these moments in case I'm going to skip something. We're coming back to the Blue Man group.
자, 호헨하임 분.
Please don't actually tear out his brain. We need that.
나만의 이해자가 되어줘서 고마워요.
Oh, he's got the fucking daze look, the big bird look in his eyes.
당신을 평생 보존하며 간직할게요.
I will hug you and pet you and call you George.
그래. 그리고 노파심에서 말하는데 자네의 그 커다란 책모자 같은 건 피해주게나.
Take your stupid hat off.
아, 이 모자 말씀이군요.
This hat?
아주 오래전 저는 저의 머릿속을 파헤쳐보려고 하였다가 그 당시의 실력으로는 무리라는 것을 깨닫고 다시 두었답니다.
Are you telling me that's a load-bearing hat?
아, 완전히 봉합하기는 힘들어서 일종의 보호대로 쓴 거군.
Ah, so your head is vulnerable.
어떤 끔찍한 패션의 일종인 줄 알았지 뭔가.
Oh, don't worry, lad. It's that too. It's multi-purpose.
그렇다고 한다면 뭐가 달라지나요?
He doesn't like it. I don't want you working on my brain while you're wearing that absolute fucking crime.
적어도 내 회심의 일격이 아주 조금이라도 자네에게 타격이 있어줘야 하지 않겠나?
Go on, lad. Ooh. Was that the diffraction hammer?
어떤가? 아마 무엇 하나 보지 못했을 거로 생각하네만.
Now, I'm sure a lot of you noticed this because you're an eagle-eyed bunch. You are. I pay attention to certain details, and as a result, I miss many others. He's been carrying the hammer the whole fucking time. I glanced at that once, said nothing. In my brain went, it's just something he's carrying. I don't know, maybe a baton for when they get close or whatever. Like, really not thinking about it. It was another piece of ego gear. Also, would the crossbow perhaps be that screaming lady ego, abnormalities ego? Or are we reaching way too far there? Either way, that was fucking sick.
패절이라는 내고일세 골치 아픈 한 상체의 것이지.
True, he's correct. Although I never really struggled with that abnormality too much, I don't think I could be misremembering my own series, but I remember it being a threat, certainly. I remember diffraction.
눈에 보이는 게 전부가 아니라던가 중요한 건 눈에 보이지 않는다 같은 교훈을 자네도 받았을지 궁금하군.
Because it's basically invisible, and the hammer kind of is as well. Oh, he's... I posted it, it was a pinned comment in the last video, but I said, go back to last year when we did the LCB checkup, and tell me that Hohenheim becomes the sickest motherfucker of all time. I'm paraphrasing my own comment, obviously. He's so good. He's so good. Oh, you knocked his hat off, didn't you?
현노체에는 감정 중추가 활성화되는 뇌관이 포함되어 있죠.
The amygdala. I mean, I'm only familiar with the amygdala being a part of the brain that processes fear, but I'm so not knowledgeable on the subject, so yeah.
우리 요시히데가 오래전 제 검을 산산조각 냈을 때도
Oh, did that make you angry and then you fixed your brain so you wouldn't feel angry anymore?
저는 이런 감정을 느꼈던 것 같아요.
Yes. Oh, you grabbed him again. I thought you knocked him off you.
됐다. 저도 파우스트 씨도 어느 정도 회복은 끝났어요. 다시.
Go on, Sinclair. Do the follow-up.
근데 너희는 아직 나랑 친해지지 못했잖아.
God damn it. Sinclair, do it. Go on. Bury that axe of whatever the fuck in the back of his head.
연구소에서 갑자기 쓰러졌던 그분이군요.
Yeah, Sinclair's the only one in this team who was there at that time.
육체는 당신의 분노를 위해 조금 더 힘을 쓰겠지만 그것도 한계가 있답니다.
That's not what happened, but you're not wrong.
현재 당신의 신체 손상도는 83%예요. 제대로 무기에 힘을 주기도 어려운 처지랍니다.
Yeah, hellbeds are big.
육체라는 건 그래서 고결한 법이죠. 인과가 뚜렷하니까.
We sure are lucky that this guy loves to fucking chat bollocks.
한태 씨 보고 계시면 뭔가 방법을.
I could give you an ego. You just have to be willing to use it. And then he's gonna be like, nah, I gotta do something about it.
매번 다른 사람들에게서 답을 찾으려 해서는데.
Good job, Gohan. You figured it out.
하지마. 너라도 나랑 파시아랑 친해져야지.
Go on, lad. Do a fucking Clair Obscure 12-hit parry. You've got it.
제가 더 빠른 방법을 두고 이분의 목을 손수 조르는 것.
Is it because you're angry?
신체에 손상 없이 온전한 고통을 마지막까지 느끼기에 질식만큼 적합한 방법은 없기 때문이죠.
But even when he is angry, he still applies his like artistically based logic. He has a surprisingly strong hold on his emotions. I know he's made alterations to himself, but those alterations should make him less effective at controlling his emotions. That alteration has now been messed with, and he's still pretty good at keeping a level head. I have to give him credit. Callisto is the most annoying fucker here because I have to give him credit. Because he's not wrong, like 99% of the time. It's the kind of not wrong where you're like, yeah, but, you know? You're not wrong, but... Hohenheim with his usual witty quips. Sorry, I'm sorry. I made myself laugh, but I imagined him saying choke out loud in a really sardonic tone.
마에스트로님만의 자애지.
How very noble of him.
작품을 손수 만드시는 것까지 전부 보여주시니.
So noble.
자, 같이 감상하자. 흔치 않은 기회이니 눈은 크게 뜰수록 좋아.
Oh, you're gonna force Sinclair to watch.
나도 앞으로 언젠가 마에스트로님을 뛰어넘는 마에스트로가 될 거야. 너의 꿈은 뭐야?
What are your dreams? The future. The mark is now showing up. It was like kinda showing up before, it's doing more so now.
내 안에서 울리는 냄새가 나.
무슨 말을 하는 거죠? 제 공간은 항상 최적의 온도와 습도를 전부 갖추고 외부 물질은 들어오지 못하는데.
How dare you question the condition of my gallery?
끈적하고 썩어가는 지독한 악취. 그렇구나.
Do something big, lad.
연기는
The smoke was blue.
푸른색이었어.
I have so many questions. I'm looking at this now, trying to glean details, and I'm getting nothing. And I think they've intentionally been like, nothing recognizable here except for Sinclair himself. What he's seeing is himself in the future, I assume. What's with the little bird? It's adorable. The sword is fucking dope. He's still got the halberd. I'm gonna click because I don't think I'm gonna skip anything by doing so. Well, this is a fight. This is a fight node. Prelium Fatale.
너도 한때 지식에서 답을 찾으려 한 적이 있었죠.
Sinclair. A certain Sinclair. The sign Future Abraxas Chariot. It's the second Smoke War. And the music. What? Okay, so look, right. I say this before I've even seen any of Sinclair's attacks, okay? But you know how Project Moon were talking about how they want to do an action game? Sinclair, second Smoke War. Done. Easy, easy, easy. With that design and those weapons, he's got the capacity for weapon switching, stance switching. He's clearly got, like, Shin. Yep, that's Shin. Easy. Downward swing, it's his same skills. Halberd combo. Abate the smoke. Trench specialized spear combat. And we don't know the rest. He doesn't have a defensive skill because he doesn't fucking need one. Dismantle prosthesis. Deal plus 40% damage to mechanical amalgam and distortion. On kill, all other allies heal 20 SP. Are you guys mechanical? I mean, yeah, surely. Mechanical amalgam. I need to learn more about you though, lad. We're not done. The second Smoke War was a conflict between humans and humans who no longer looked the part. So would that include mechanical amalgams, prosthesis users, people like Gregor who had undergone significant, like, mutations, as it were? And going by this, distortions, it would presumably include distortions as well. But going by this, it seems future Sinclair is on the side of quote-unquote humanity. Gain Shin, a certain Sinclair. Extra speed, extra damage on opposed attacks, more poise potency, SP, plus 10% chance to flip heads for plus coins, gain haste for every 10 SP, gain power up for every SP. Withstand the smoke. The unit does not take SP damage due to external effects and cannot become immobilized. If an ally becomes immobilized due to external effects before turn ends, use Abate the Smoke, which is one of your skills. Target the enemy with the lowest max HP. This does not trigger defense skills. Gain total number of all enemies slots attack weight at 4+ speed. Fucking hell. The smoke of the second war was no different in nature from that of the first. It invaded the mind and clouded the judgment of the victim. Survival reserved only for those who learn to accept the smoke as part of their daily lives. Special Airborne Operations Force Abraxas Chariot. South. Targets with less than 20 rupture do not lose rupture count when this unit hits them with skills inflict rupture potency or count. Guerrilla warfare played an important role during the second Smoke War. The most feared among the undertakers of these ambushes were none other than the airborne forces that descended directly upon the combat zone and turned the tide of the battle unexpectedly. These airborne soldiers would appear out of nowhere by utilizing technologies such as singularities of the wings. They would carry out their mission immediately, and once their objectives were accomplished, they would disappear without a trace. The Abraxas Chariot was one of the groups that inspired the most dread in the war, alongside those airborne forces such as the Descenders of 101 Doors and the Dimension Roamers. Halberd and Bastard Sword. After attack, remove one beneficial effect from target and inflict 4 rupture once per turn. Turn end, remove 1 negative effect from self and gain 5 poise and 2 poise count. Wielding a nameless halberd and a bastard sword, the young man, clad in a dull green coat, would ravage through the enemy lines before vanishing without a trace once he was done. Some called him the Green Damnation, while others called him the Green Deliverance. He becomes a... It's not confirmed that he becomes a color fixer, but there's 2 unknown tags here! He becomes a green color fixer. Sign, Manifestation of the Future. All allies, including this unit, gain 1 more Ego resource when using skills. Heal 6 SP for every other sinner present in the encounter. Lose this encounter if this unit is killed. This is mad. This is mad. Okay, let's quickly check these, see if anything's changed. This character prioritizes attacking the Sinner and Assist unit with the lowest level. I'll harvest the muscles and bones of the weakest one first. The ingredients might not cut it, but I'll be able to harvest better ones as I craft and display more artworks. What an exciting prospect, right, dear Fasher? Okay. What about you, lad? This is still the same. I think this is new. Soon the masterpiece shall be completed, the raison d'etre of the House of Spiders. The golden bowers are interesting objets, to be sure, but the fact remains that they are not essential to the perfection of the masterpiece. I doubt if it was truly necessary to seize them and risk making an enemy out of Limbus Company, although I do admit these sloppy dance steps did, in the end, come together to form a rather acceptable finale. In any case, the series of circumstances we find ourselves in was Rien's desire, or more precisely, the pleasure of the so-called god he puts his faith in. One must wonder, however, is it a blessing or a curse to be so compellingly loved by such a thing referred to as a god? This unit deals 150% damage to the Sinner and Assist unit with the highest level and prioritizes attacking them. But once you have reached a certain level of mastery, it is best to aim for the most robust corpus among your ingredients. You see, a healthy corpus may provide ample pieces of muscle and bones to broaden the scope and scale of the artwork. Such exciting prospects, yes, dear Albina. Okay. Actually, yeah, throw that off as well. And we'll just see what we can do. Let's see what Sinclair can do. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sinclair, you might just end up becoming the strongest of them all. Big hits. Is it going to be a... I mean, maybe. We now have 3 color fixes on our side. You know, across the entire thing. Not a lot of damage, but it's something. Oh, Ishmael, I really needed better from you than that. The damage ain't too bad. I think that clears the Corpus Project shit.
이 정도 수치의 공격은 감당할 수가 없는데 방법이...
There's got to be a way to counter this. Well, Sinclair feels pretty fucking confident that he's gonna do it. He's there clashing with them both at once. I assume we're not gonna get to do anything this turn. I'm gonna act like we will. Okay, the damage up only applies to Kumo clan members. Okay, that's fair enough. Oh!
파우스트가 싱클레어 씨 드리겠습니다. 맡길게요.
That's fucking sick. That's so good. Go for it, Sinclair.
그 일체 떼어내드리죠.
이번에야말로 마에스트로님.
Albina has no idea what she's in for. Callisto, maybe he can handle it. Albina, no. Oh, we do get to do our attacks. We'll definitely take down Albina first.
만만치 않네요. 과거에 제가 치러야 했던 싸움들도.
My past self has faced some tough battles too. Yeah, a few. So you're going to use a bait smoke as a counter to that. Ah, this is... oh, fucking... This is mad. This is absolutely fucking insane. I'd say I'm speechless, but I'm talking. I would say I'm speechless, but when I say I'm speechless, I mean I have nothing of value to add. Nothing. This is utterly insane. Let him deal with Callisto and we'll take down Albina. He's doing a perfectly good job. He's watched his health though. Good hits, good hits. Albert combo! He's fine. That's a stagger. Keep landing hits on her, we need her to go.
보여드리죠. 제 삶을 이루고 있는
보여드릴 게
하나의
많이
가르침.
남아있답니다.
Let's see Hohenheim attempt to process any of what's just happened here today. 2 ego spams, but it'll help. And you've absolutely got that covered.
신속히 처리.
Yes, you do. A lot of rupture happening as well. I mean, I don't think it's going to be much of... I was about to say I don't think it's going to be much of a fight, but he did just lose that clash.
그 의체 떼어내드리죠.
As I say, he seems opposed to prostheses, so what's the deal there? There we go, we need the healing desperately. Well, not desperately, but I could do with Ishmael not getting staggered, basically.
가루막의 이 훌륭한 탄력. 더 보여줘. 너의 내면을.
I should probably skip through these, it occurs to me.
하우스트가 알아요.
Oh, there's so much good shit in this canto, Jesus Christ.
가루막의 이 훌륭한 탄력. 더
It's
보여줘.
actually insane how much they're pulling.
신체 타입 예술을 생생하게 보여드리죠.
제가
Sinclair is suffering though,
외롭고 험난한 길을 따라
but he's about to counter both of them. Actually, do that to him, because that'll soften him up for next turn.
갑니다.
No chance.
그 의체
너 겁먹은 거야?
떼어내드리죠.
Big hits.
집중해서 파시아의 부분을 약동하는 이 생명의 소리를.
It's a lot of damage. Why is it green? What does that mean? True decapitation death blow.
좋을 텐데.
Mad, utterly mad. Stagger. She's below her stagger threshold.
떼어내드리죠.
Sinclair is a scary man. Like I said, Albina is horrifically out of her league here. Smoke War Sinclair. What does it mean?
파시아,
Did you break it?
왜 친해지기 싫은 거였다면 나만 죽이면 되는 거잖아. 왜 파시아를?
Don't worry, I think that is on the cards.
안 그래도 그럴 참이었어요.
What the fuck? Why does he look like the guy from Full Metal Alchemist? That is a compliment. He looks fucking sick. Oh my god, Sinclair, what the fuck, mate? You look incredible. I aspire to that, and I bet future Sinclair is still younger than me as well. That's incredible. Oh my god. She's fucking dead! How do you feel now, Callisto? You still got your emotions in check?
제가 보는 눈이 없었군요.
Once again, shockingly. Once again, Callisto, I'm gonna give you credit. No one could have seen this coming. No one! No one within the story, I should say. The room's getting all fucked up as well.
이 무례함을 용서해 주시길.
Oh, you're gonna die.
용서할게요.
It is forgiven, but you're still gonna die. He's so sick.
이곳의 공기는 맑군요.
Is it? It looks pretty horrible to me. Covered in smoke.
오랜만에 숨을 크게 들이쉬는 것 같아요.
So, whatever. Just let him cook.
알비나는
갱신.
걸작이 될 거예요.
상황
당신은
매우 유리합니다.
상은 덕분에
싱클레어 씨, 대체
Battle forecast updated. Dominate Sinclair dominating. Yeah, a little bit. That won't offset. You're too slow. Okay. We can use Ishmael for it. I don't want him dodging any of this goodness. No, no, no. Overcharge so he's weaker next turn. Leap because it's more damage. Offset that shit. And let Sinclair go.
신속히 처리하죠.
I think I've heard enough. His health is still getting quite low though. Either this method of bringing him back here has like diminished his ability slightly, or
떼어내드리죠.
future potential color Sinclair is still not quite as powerful as say the Yellow Harpoon or obviously the Red Gaze. But that doesn't lessen the impact of this at all.
40 먹지.
So much information today.
신체 파일을 생생하게 보여드리죠.
Staggers have been cured. I'm gonna quickly check Sinclair's shit because I haven't checked it recently. Umbra Unsealed. Sign Manifestation. And clashing against higher level. I mean, Callisto is still a higher level than Sinclair. You know what this all implies to me? Especially going by Sinclair's appearance. Yes, this is Sinclair older, but not that much older. This isn't like 10 years. I would even hazard a guess, this is pure speculation, I would hazard less than 5 years older. This is soon. In the grand scheme of things. Utter fucking madness. We'll all go before he does, so we might be able to land some massive hits. I'm gonna say, use Fluid Sac just in case. Make sure these two don't die. Be quite useful.
갑니다.
화면이 너무 길어요.
You don't want to over-explain art. It's true. So much. I don't think this will heal Sinclair, but at least keeps the ladies active. Which is also necessary. It just did fuck all damage is all. Surprising amount.
신체 파일을 생생하게 보여드리죠.
What an insane... plastered sleep, unrestrained. Okay, you gotta let me actually read this time. Unless there's a different one, it doesn't even matter. Oh my god. He's got Mang as well. He's got Shin, he's got Mang, he's got all of it. Oh my god, no! It took me a moment. Plastered sleep, unrestrained. I can't remember the rest of it, but it's the name of the fucking Night Stalker Supreme. His special attack that he taught to Sinclair and Jasi Shun. He kept the move.
갑니다.
This is it. This will end it. I'm sure of it.
무형. 마지막은
내 작품을 탐내죠. 휘비님. 당신 여러 사립을 보아온 눈이군요.
Oh yeah, he's in an actual fucking war.
부디 말해주세요. 당신 눈에는 저의 전시장에
What do you think? Is it good? Do you like it?
어떻게 비치는지.
Honest appraisal, Sinclair.
정확하네요. 제 요즘의 삶 속에서 보아왔던 여느 것들처럼.
Interesting. This game's winner is Sinclair.
당신이 무엇을 보셨는지 저에게도
나를 사랑하는 건 의미가 없겠죠.
Callisto's just fucking fanboying like crazy here as he's about to be murdered.
네. 이제 충분하답니다.
그렇군요.
So it is. Oh god. Get him! Kill him! Oh my god! Shut up! That's mad. That is the maddest thing I've seen in this game. That is utterly mad. Sometimes like, did I dream that or what happened?
이런 힘이 있으면 진작 말해줬어야지. 나는 표정이네요.
I mean, young Sinclair doesn't fucking know, does he?
하지만 그런 편리한 방식이 아니라는 건 오에나임 씨라면 잘 아실 거예요.
Oh, never.
따지자면 지금 제일 놀란 건 저일 테죠. 저도 느닷없이 끌려오는 이 힘에 대해 몰랐고 불려질 걸 예상치 못했으니.
One, I hope you weren't doing something important. Two, if we ever play anything with Smoke War Sinclair in it, whether it's Limbus Company, if it carries on that far, or if it is a future game, I really hope that we'll be like in the middle of something and then Sinclair will just fuck off. He'll just vanish and he's being summoned here for this. And he'll be so far in the future that most people won't remember immediately until they see Callisto and they'll go, oh, fuck. And those who didn't play Limbus Company will have no fucking idea.
목이 졸리는 바람에 목소리가 벌써 사납게 나오는군.
Yes, I imagine so.
부하를 둘이나 일을 차지해 놓인 마당에 죽을 고비가 찾아오니까 나도 모르게 살려고 발버둥을 치게 되더군. 웃긴 노릇이지.
I mean, you absolutely conked him with that hammer, mate.
안심하세요. 저분은 어떤 형태로든지 이겨내서 삶을 이어나갈 거예요. 당신의 우리의 생각보다 억센 분이시거든요.
And this is Sinclair from the future, so you know that's confirmed that she survives.
그런가? 다행이군.
It is good to hear.
몇 년 후에서 온 건가?
That's the key question, which is there is no way this will be answered. Imagine if he said years and then disappeared and we're like, wait.
그건 말할 수가 없어요.
No, they absolutely cannot answer that for multiple reasons, both significant to the plot and also the development of the game. It would not, and I cannot stress this enough, it would not be wise of them to put a hard fucking time limit on when this happens. Especially since it's not just a specific date where suddenly the Smoke War is second Smoke War is happening and Sinclair's a badass. There will be a build up to it. There's a whole process. Sinclair has to get here. And the events that caused the second Smoke War have to get there as well. They can't put a hard and fast time limit on it. That would be a horrible idea. They have to play this fast and loose. Not fast and loose, but they have to play it loose and be like, when will it happen? At some point. Won't that be cool? When we're like, yes, it will be. Yes, it will be.
불행히도 그리 낙관적인 미래로 보이진 않는데.
Correct.
여기서 보면 과거도 그리 낙관적이진 않아요.
It is pretty bad as well, yeah.
비록 1차 연기전쟁이라는 단어가 생길 줄 이때는 상상도 못했었지만.
Yeah. That's some knowledge that you've brought back. just in case you hadn't read the tags. But I did read the tags.
어떻게 된 건가요? 파우스트 씨 당신 눈에도 보여요? 제가 피를 많이 흘려서 환각을 보고 있는 건지.
Both are true.
네.
And how much of this does Faust know? Faust knows all.
표지가 당신을 부른 거군요.
표지는 매개체였을 뿐 부른 주체는 결국 저예요.
Ah,
동시에 발현되고 소환되어 버린 거죠.
I'm guessing this is not something that Sinclair's going to be able to do all the fucking time.
그렇다면 혹시
모든 표지가 이런 능력을 가지고 있는 건 아니에요. 제 표지가 이런 힘을 가진 거죠.
Interesting.
그러니까 당신 미래에서 왔다고요? 거울 세계가 아니고요? 그럼 원래 싱클레어 씨는요?
Can you imagine if they were just like, oh yeah, your Sinclair's dead. or even worse. Oh, and they might even do this and have Sinclair come back fucking traumatized. But can you imagine if they're like, oh yeah, we swap places. He's there right now in the second smoke war.
원래라는 건 없어요. 이건 거울 세계의 방식과는 다른 갈라진 줄기에 가까우니까요.
잠깐만요. 그러니까 반드시 오는 건가요? 당신이 겪고 있는 그 미래가.
That's the key question, isn't it? Are we dealing with multiple timelines or is it linear?
모르겠네요. 하지만 그럴지도요.
And that's probably the correct answer for them to provide. I don't know, maybe. We'll fucking see, won't we?
그렇게 비참하진 않아요.
Oh?
어떻게든 사라지니까요.
He's become such a fucking protagonist. He's become such a... I hesitate to say shonen protagonist because he's a little bit more introspective and thoughtful than that, but he's got the fucking cocky look and the skills and the protagonist energy. Jesus Christ.
맞닥뜨릴 수밖에 없는 건가요?
Face the fear, build future, whatever, what have you.
제가 불려오기까지 겪었던 그 일상이 여러분에게도 이어질지 혹은 피해갈지는 모르겠어요.
Or maybe Sinclair had to, like, it is already preordained that Sinclair, future Sinclair, would come back in time to save present Sinclair, and that this event is an event that would lead to this occurring because everyone would be like, we have to stop the second smoke war, and then by attempting to stop the second smoke war, they make the second smoke war happen. I don't know, we'll see.
그래도 불가능하진 않겠죠.
That's true.
네, 힘든 길이 될 거예요. 아주 많이.
Don't worry, lad, I'll put together even weaker teams to deal with those challenges.
지금은 이런 생각도 들어요. 어쩌면 제가 걸어온 여정과 싸워온 전쟁터 속의 모든 경험은 이 세계로 불러와지기 위해 만들어진 격가지 세계 속의 일은 아니었을까.
Possibly? You know more than we do at this point, lad.
모든 것은 이제 추측의 영역일 뿐이지.
That's what I'm saying.
맞아요. 그래도 제게 힘이 될 수 있다면 받아들이는 게 낫겠죠. 아쉽네요. 다른 분들도 전부 볼 수 있다면 좋았을 텐데. 다시 한번 보고 싶었던 얼굴도 있었고.
So in this future, we do all go our separate ways.
종종 떠올라요. 버스에서의 그 나날들이. 그리고 여기서는 그것만이 지금 제 나날들을 지탱해주는 것 같아요.
God damn.
이제 떠나야겠어요. 더 그리워지기 전에. 떠나서 원래 있던 곳으로 돌아갈 줄 알았는데 이걸로 저는 죽는 것처럼 사라질 수도 있겠죠. 제가 그렇게 죽었는지 아닌지는 여러분도 저도 모르겠지만
That would be fucking wild.
설령 제 존재의 의미가 이걸로 끝이더라도 죽어가는 동료들의 얼굴 대신 반가운 그리웠던 얼굴들을 봤으니 만족해요.
Crazy.
아, 파우스트 씨.
You were lying the whole time. You didn't know everything.
모든 것을 한 번에 다 슬퍼하지는 마세요.
Don't grieve everything all at once.
그것만이 제가 드릴 수 있는 조언이에요.
What does that mean, dude?
또 보자는 말은 의미 없겠지.
It'd be nice if it did happen.
제 표지가 다시 빛나더라도 아마 지금의 제가 똑같이 온다는 보장은
없겠지.
No guarantee.
그래도 뭐 내 눈엔 많이 변하진 않은 것 같네만.
Nah, you're just the same dorky kid.
아, 적어도 키는 조금 더 큰 것 같군.
그런가요?
I think Hohenheim is still slightly taller though.
고맙네. 그리고 고생했네.
And he's gone. Wow. 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 Wow.
싱겁네요.
Wow.
윗대가리가 죽었으니 이제 당신들도 우리 조직 밑에서 구르게 되겠죠.
Family.
식구 취급을 해주진 않으니 알아서 기세요.
And now there's thread everywhere. Lots of threads. Alright, lads. I know this one's shorter, but I'm gonna call it there. Okay, so we've been going from fucking ridiculous moment to ridiculous moment by this point. Gregor using his arm to body Lucio. Sinclair summoning himself from the future. What the fuck's gonna happen here? Who can say? All I can say is that I'm wildly fucking excited for next time. Wildly fucking excited. I'm not claiming any more of my battle pass until I finish, because apparently there's some spoilery stuff in there, so I'm just gonna leave that for now. Oh boy, I don't have much to say other than what I've said and what I've expressed, and how eager I am for next time. I need to know what happens next. This Kanto is fucking seriously challenging Kanto 6 for my favorite. It's really good. We'll see how things go. That's all for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to our members and patrons: Boyby Bay, Red Star, Kim Takeo, Elkavia Calf, Hotcherman, Christopher Hoos, Donut, Honor D, Geigen, Cowley, Prince of Lemons, Moongod, Megan, Volwolf, Miscreant, Rakriku, Crescent, Tony the Horse, Slalag, Zara, Bissalanchi, Princeps, Jacomu, Superstitics, Fireheart, Mighty PH, Enterstora, Lanthelian, Gage Johnson, Saga, Rory, Jack, Ninjog, Ember Fox, Grand Captain General Peace, Mean Babby Back Turtle, Cuds, Canis Mario, Portrait Breck, Lifesteal, Unclever Names, Summercat, Flanny, Painted Dragoon, Proxy, Caminera, Moa Harrick, J, Dresso, Slol, Etherbin, Linky, Zeon, Zeta Bimbo, Talkia, Honeydew, Sweet Baby Red, Just Kitty, Plutonian Pie, Dreamer Ghost, Supple, Lullaby, K-Bub, Magic Owl, The Frostbite, SB168, and Namad for supporting me on YouTube and on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. I want to express a thought that I had literally whilst I was doing the Patreon readout, actually. And it's a thought I've had about Limbus for a little while. I want to say since maybe Kanto 7, give or take. And it's my mild concern at the overall increasing level of power levels, for lack of a better term, that we're seeing in Limbus. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it's a very logical thing to do. The increase of strength on all sides increases stakes, it allows you to do more flashy shit, stuff gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But I've expressed before, I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, and one of the biggest issues with Dragon Ball Z was that whole like power creep situation where everyone just had to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger, the fights had to get bigger and bigger and bigger, the characters had to become more and more and more significant, and eventually that just caps out. Now, in this Kanto, in Kanto 9, we are dealing with characters who are confirmed to be higher-ups of the Finger families. Now, they're not the big cheeses themselves, the absolute biggest members of those factions, certainly, but they're up there. On top of that, we're constantly now dealing with Shin and Mang. On top of that, we're dealing with confirmed 2 color fixers, potentially 3 if Future Sinclair is in fact a color fixer. That is all but confirmed. The only reason I'm not staying as a 100% fact is because the game did not outright say it, and I am very cautious about making assumptions because they can lead you down a path of incorrect thinking that can cause you to misinterpret scenes. That's why I'm often very like, I think this is a thing. This is why I spent fucking ages going, I think Ryoshu might be the DOE star's biological kid, because I was like, don't latch onto an assumption, always think about it. But the point I'm trying to make here, and I've wandered off of, is that I'm worried that Limbus might potentially get to a point where it's just escalating power levels too much of everyone just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Because apparently there's like 10 or so more years of Limbus, and like the power levels have to cap out at some point. You can't just have people getting constantly stronger and stronger. That has to be balanced. So some of these cantos are going to have to be less about introducing more powerful enemies, more and more higher stakes, more powerful foes, and focus on something else at some point, purely because there's only so far you can take it. I don't know. They've got their plans. They know what they're doing. I don't presume to know their business and their writing and their characters and their setup better than they do. I'm merely, purely expressing a mild concern at this time that it might fall into that trap. At the moment, I have nothing to complain about. Truly, I'm having a fantastic time. I love where everything's been going, and I love the way things are, the way we're approaching things. I love the fact that despite the fact that we are approaching consistently higher profile fights, we're still dealing with a lot of personal issues and complex topics, both on a societal and individual psychological level. All this stuff is great. I have truly no complaints, and I don't want the idea of me talking about my concern for the ever-increasing power levels on all sides to make it sound like I think we're moving away from those topics, because it's clearly not the case. We've got a lot to deal with here. But I would merely state my concern that the overall increase in power might eventually lead to just it getting too ridiculous to the point where you're like, well, this is just silly now. And I don't know if it really could get to that point, because it is already silly, but it's good silly. It's fucking cool silly. It's ridiculously over the top, but grounded at the same time, but also ridiculous and silly. And it's great. It all comes together so very well. I hope it stays that way. They've got nothing but my firm hope that they keep doing a good job. Because whenever I express a concern or a complaint, it's not because I want to fucking jab them. It's because I want them to do good. I want them to do well, and I'm merely expressing my opinions. But I do have faith that at the bare minimum, things will continue to go well in Limbus Company in terms of a game, not in terms of the in-game events, but things will continue to go well for quite a while. I'm relatively confident in that. Listen to me talking like this is the end of the fucking canto. We're not done yet, and I'm looking forward to next time, and I hope I see you there. Toodles. Goodbye.